So we're here in Clovis, California, and we're just getting ready to reinstall this American Standard toilet. This is existing to the home. I can't remember how old the home is, maybe 9 years. It's out at Harlan Ranch. And first thing that we did when we came out was we noticed both bolts had rusted off. So you can see here, that was the part that was mounted to the closet flange down below. It's not focusing on it because it's focusing on something else. Anyway, so there's a bolt rusted through. Same thing as the other one. And rusted through. So we do have some rust on the flange. This is a steel flange. It's powder coated. However, it does look like it's still in good enough shape to put some new bolts on there. You can see that corrosion's pretty bad, but as long as you get some new bolts on there, what we're going to do is we're going to put the bolt in, new wax, tighten it down. We're not going to tighten it down, aggressively because it is very thin metal and it has some corrosion on it. We don't want to snap that flange because the repair is extensive for something like that. So hopefully once we tighten it down, we can get rid of all the rocking, which is the problem that first caused them to notice an issue with the toilet. But like I say, we can't over tighten this, otherwise we'll end up doing more damage than good here. So we're going to get this set. We'll take another video when we're done. Okay, so we're still here in Clovis, California. We just finished resetting this toilet here. One thing we did add is a new supply line. We like to do that when the toilets are old and the supply line's old. Just gives us a little extra insurance in there. Sometimes we even replace the shutoff valve, but this one's not dripping. It's a multi-turn. We like the quarter-turn valves, but no moisture on that, so it's good. Brand new Fluid Master 3/8 by 7/8 by 20-inch long toilet supply. It's braided stainless steel, so that's good. Got it all caulked back in. Everything's looking good down there. We weren't real comfortable with the installation, mainly because the flange, which you'll see in the first portion of this video, the flange has some rusting on it. Not as bad as I've seen them, and certainly within workable limits to get new bolts in there. So we've got two brand new brass bolts, one on each side. I got it mounted to the flange. We tightened it down, but we didn't tighten it as much as we typically do or can with a solid plastic flange. Plastic flange is corrosion resistant as long as it's mounted correctly. It's a 1/2 inch thick and it holds the bolt pretty well, so you can really crank down on that and get it flattened out pretty good. In lieu of over tightening, we did put several shims, one at about the tile mark here, and then one at about the tile mark on the other side, and then one straight front, and shimmed it up so we could get no movement. So right now this toilet, if you rock it back and forth, there should be zero movement. You might feel a little bit. It shouldn't be noticeable like it was before. Obviously it's bolted to the ground now and shimmed correctly, but this is going to be a toilet that you're going to use gingerly. I don't know if that's a good terminology. Lightly. No dancing, no standing, no parties in here on the toilet. So just use it, nicely, and it should last you for years to come. The only other thing we could do is demo the floor. The tile comes out, the flange, the closet flange, which is glued to the soil pipe, would get cut out, glue a new one in, put some new bolts in, re-cement, re-tile, and then reset the toilet. And it's just too much money. Honestly, by the time you're done, you're looking at a $800 to $1,000 repair, and this will work. So just leave it like that as it is, and outside of that, this installation is done.